video will describe the provider information. Once you land in your groups and are looking to update the provider information, click on the open folder icon. That will give you access to the appointments, file uploads, grantee details, training programs, and case notes for your project. So you would select your project, and this is supposed to say DHS Youth. CYEP was the older version. This is for appointments. You'll select Austin People's Action Center, and then you can filter, see your location, and then if you need to update a schedule, you can do that by clicking the schedule, add an appointment. Each appointment is set for a particular day or time that you select, and if you select AM or PM, it will give you a 1 hour appointment, and then you can update that to a 2 hour appointment. Just select the number of openings and add the appointment. We always recommend having a couple of months worth of appointments in the system. File uploads allows you to select your project. Again, it's supposed to say DHS Youth, Austin People's Action Center. Filter, you can upload a document. We have a number of choices for your document upload. Then you can select the actual file from your computer. It can be no bigger than 10 megabytes. Put a name description so that when you try to open it later, you'll see what the actual document is about. Upload that, and then you can remove it if it is not appropriate. Then when you pick your grantee details, again, supposed to be DHS Youth, select your organization, and then hit select. It will give you your grantee information. Now this is the meat of the information that's in the system. You'll want to make sure that your address is appropriate, so you can click the edit button and add a scope of your project. Make sure that your address is correct. Hit save if you make any changes. If you add your grant number and your grant dollars, it will be a year or a project number. So if we're in FY23, it might be A, B, C, D, E. Your start date will be the fiscal year, and then the end date will be a year later on June 30th. The grant amount might be $275, whatever the actual grant amount is, and click save. We'll see what actual enrollment is, and we are adding a button for you to add the scheduled participants. Staff completing required training. This is for Casey Life Skills training. It is for sexual harassment training. You can add the staff who have completed the training by adding their name and checking off whatever training it is that you're trying to save. Training programs are added through the training program information, which is the next tab in the system. It can be edited more easily from the tab at the top that says training programs. Most DHS Youth programs do not have a training component aspect. If you have a category 4, you may have a training program associated. For the instructors, if you have specific instructors that are teaching specific topics, and you need to have that item added, you can add it here by putting in the provider name, the organization. The provider name is the instructor's name, and then you can add the rest of the information. Then we have work sites. It is best to edit this from worksite placement. As you can see, we have the work sites with the permanent employment, wages, etc. Services are added from pre-populated services associated with the DHS Youth Grant. If you need to add additional services, you can do that by clicking this blue button, selecting the services on the side, If you are adding services that are not pre-populated, realize that they may not count in your performance. When these are added to the system, they are associated with the customer's profiles in the career plan. Our last tab is the training programs. If you select a project and select a provider, you can add a program, you can add what type of program it is, and complete the remainder of the information in the system. We have lookups for zip codes, we have lookups for SOC codes. If you look up the item, you can type in a keyword, it will bring up some suggestions, you search, and then you can select, and then you click in the rest of the enrollment information. The next page will give you details required by that program, such as math requirements or reading requirements. That's it for the provider information.